What's going on, guys? This is Matt Kowal from Sportsmemo and Wager Talk. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at MoneylineMatt8 so you know when all of my official plays are dropping. I give free plays, same game parlays, a little bit of everything. But in this spot, we're going to be breaking down the Minnesota Vikings traveling on the road to face off against the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, this is a +3 spread for the home team Las Vegas Raiders, a 40-point total to go with it. And as for the handle, 40% of the money is currently on the Las Vegas Raiders, with 60% going to that of the Minnesota Vikings. And we're going to break this down in just 1 second, but I have an opportunity you just might want to take advantage of over at Sportsmemo and Wager Talk, because right now all 30-day passes are $149 and all 7-day passes are $49 to go with it. This gives you a great opportunity to take advantage of some of your favorite handicappers. Someone like myself, I primarily focus on the NFL and the NBA. Right now in the NFL over at Sportsmemo, I am top 10. Right now over in the NBA, I am top 4. So doing pretty well to start the season, looking to keep this rolling. So let's break this down. Again, Minnesota Vikings traveling on the road to face off against the Las Vegas Raiders. And as for the home team Las Vegas Raiders, they're coming off 2 straight losses, most recently to the Kansas City Chiefs. And as for the Minnesota Vikings, they're coming off their most recent loss to the Chicago Bears in pretty embarrassing fashion, if I'm being honest. Both teams are going to be eager to bounce back here, and the Minnesota Vikings may be getting a boost with Justin Jefferson getting added back into the lineup, potentially the best receiver in all of football. But for me personally, I actually see this as potentially hindering that of the Minnesota Vikings. And the only reason I say that is because Joshua Dobbs was traded midseason. He has no reps with Justin Jefferson. You got to remember, Justin Jefferson was mending a hamstring. It's not like he's out there running routes with Joshua Dobbs. In addition to that, when a player like that comes into the lineup, there's a lot of shuffling that goes on. There might be game plan shuffling that goes along with it as well, and could confuse a quarterback like Josh Dobbs on the road. This is a Las Vegas Raiders team who has actually been playing better football, I would say. And on paper, I think both of these teams are very similar in terms of pure talent. And because of that, I actually like the look of the Las Vegas Raiders and that +3. A lot of people talk about that Las Vegas Raiders team and their rush defense. They're 25th throughout the NFL. But over their last 3 games, they've actually improved to 92 yards against per game, which would actually be top 10 throughout the NFL. And then you look at the Minnesota Vikings. This team doesn't run the football whatsoever. They have Alexander Madison and Ty Chandler. Sure, they had some success against the Chicago Bears, but that was kind of an anomaly. They don't really do that very often. And then Joshua Dobbs, sure, he can roll outside and pick up some yards, or step up in the pocket and pick up some yards that way too. But then you have someone like Max Crosby coming off the edge, and that's really where they succeed. And this Las Vegas Raiders pass defense is actually one of the better throughout the NFL. They're around 11th right now, I believe it is. So again, if you stop this Vikings rushing attack, you're forcing them to pass, where I personally think there could be some confusion with Justin Jefferson coming back into the lineup. And again, this is where the Raiders' success is. This is a home team. They're going to have a rowdy crowd. They're going to have Max Crosby coming off the edge. It's really making me like the look of this Las Vegas Raiders team. And then you go on the other side, and this Raiders offense, they really do have a lot of talent. They got Josh Jacobs running the football. They got Jacoby Myers on the slot. And then, of course, they got Davante Adams on the outside. And this Minnesota Vikings team isn't that great in terms of cornerbacks or in terms of secondary. You're fielding someone like Patrick Peterson out there who, if he's guarding either Davante Adams or Jacoby Myers, I think he could definitely have some difficulty in this spot. And, like I was saying before, I don't really believe that the addition of Justin Jefferson at this point in time will be a huge boost. I think going forward down the road, yeah, I think it could be a really good boost. But this is a spot where a lot of people are just straight up expecting the Minnesota Vikings to bounce back after that loss against the Chicago Bears. They're thinking, oh, it's just a fluke. The Bears, obviously not that good of a team. The Minnesota Vikings just came out flat. They'll get it together in Las Vegas. I'm not really expecting that. I think this Minnesota Vikings team is going to continue to struggle. If they do win the game, I think it's going to be a backdoor cover, a last-second cover, something along those lines. And because of that, I like this Raiders team with the +3. I like this Raiders team to potentially put the Minnesota Vikings on upset alert in addition to that. And again, you look at these two teams on paper, and I don't think they're all that different. So give me the home team. Give me the Las Vegas Raiders. And, you got Aiden O'Connell against Joshua Dobbs. To me, that's not that big of a difference at this point in time. Aiden O'Connell played, all they lost, but Aiden O'Connell has been playing well. He's been distributing the football to, all of his skilled position players. He's been doing a solid job. I think he continues to do that against the Minnesota Vikings at home. Give me the Raiders +3. Again, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Moneyline Matt8 over on Twitter. Make sure to check that out so you see all of my official plays over at Sports Memo. Best of luck this Sunday. Let's get it. Peace.